Well, it is still not clear as to what steps the UDP is going to come up with. But however, our source intimated that some members of the National Assembly, Yaya Menten Sanyang, for that matter, is consulting with the minority leader, Alaji Dabo, with a view to coming out with a comprehensive response regarding the leaked audio by the Speaker, former Speaker of the National Assembly and Ambassador of the Republic of the Gambia to South Africa. What legal step is the UDP going to come up with is still not clear, and the senior hierarchy at the United Democratic Party is yet to come up with a statement regarding the leaked audio. However, we are able to gather some of the reactions of members of the United Democratic Party on this matter.
Fellow Gambians, I want to react to the unfortunate statement and insult that came from Fatoumatta Jahumpa Ceesay, the Gambia's ambassador or diplomat in South Africa very recently. Fatoumatta Jahumpa Ceesay, in a private conversation with a fellow NPP member by the name Jebel Ceesay, in a leaked audio, insulted the United Democratic Party by calling it Party Domi Haram. We learned that with dismay, and it is quite disheartening and deplorable for such a statement to come from a diplomat. However, it is worth noting that this is the second time that the ambassador has been embroiled in a similar hate speech that leaked on social media. However, I am calling on the president. I'm calling on President Barrow to recall Fatoumatta Jahumpa Ceesay with immediate effect, as Gambians continue to find such statement not only unpleasant and deplorable, but that it represents a security threat, that it has the potential to generate into violence, that members of the United Democratic Party have been very reactive on social media for during the past few days. Therefore, this adds or reminds Gambians how badly and poorly our diplomats have been comporting themselves, giving recent events, unacceptable events and behaviors of our ambassadors, members of the diplomatic community overseas. What happened in the United States of America and other countries is of recent reference and memory. This is unacceptable. We cannot accept, allow our diplomats to misbehave, to be involved in politics, active partisan politics, which is supposed to be a no-go area. Diplomats can only be diplomats and should only be diplomats. Therefore, this reminds Gambians that the Gambia is being run by a failed government, a government that is comprised of people who have no regard for human rights, values, dignity, and the rule of law. The president could be recalled some time ago last year as having made serious statements, deplorable statements, such as the fact that he would not relinquish power until such time that he presides over the burial of His Excellency Lawyer Usainu Tabo, the UDP party leader, the very man who went to prison for the change that the president enjoyed today. If it not were for the sacrifice that the party leader endured, the Gambia's Mandela, President Barrow would not have been president, Yahya Jammeh would still have been here to continue to abuse Gambians, to torture, maim, and disappear Gambians, as has happened during the past 23 years of dictatorship and tyranny. Fellow Gambians, members of the United Democratic Party, Ibrahim Balde, as I said, I am a UDP member who is of the conviction and belief that Fatoumatta Jahumpa Ceesay should be taught a lesson. That I am calling on the United Democratic Party to take legal action swiftly, as recommended by the renowned United Democratic Party National Assembly member Honorable Yaya Menden Sanyang, who urged the minority leader Alaji Estabo to take what it takes, to make whatever it takes to make sure that a legal action is taken against the diplomat, as the National Assembly criminalized recently insults. Therefore, Fatoumatta Jahumpa has only become the first victim, willy-nilly. Therefore, we could not do more other than call on the United Democratic Party to take its action, and also for the president to recall the ambassador from South Africa, as she represents. She does not represent. She's not a goodwill ambassador anymore. It is disgraceful. It is an embarrassment for Fatoumatta, a seasoned ambassador who once served as the Speaker of the National Assembly during the Yahya Jammeh era, to have gone down so low to be involved in active politics. This is a clear manifestation of the continued hate and disrespect that Fatoumatta Jahumpa and other allies of the president in NPP continue to direct against the United Democratic Party. The United Democratic Party is a party to reckon with. It's a party of the people that, inshallah, shall continue to triumph and are going to take over the mantle of leadership come at the 2026 presidential election, inshallah. I thank you all. It's Ibrahim Soriba, Operation UDP Lafa. The struggle continues to liberate the Gambia from the failed Barrow regime. Barrow, who is presiding over a failed state. The onus continue to be upon Gambians to liberate our country for the better. I thank you so much.
My name is Lamin Sabali. I am calling from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Of course, I am a member of the Minnesota UDP executive here, serving as the media person, social media. We have our own PRO, Alhaji Bambo. But I'm speaking to you not as a UDPN, but as a concerned citizen reacting to the unfortunate statement attributed to Gambia's ambassador to South Africa, Her Excellency Fatoumatta Jahumpa Ceesay, who also served as the Speaker of the Parliament under the dictatorship of President Yahya Jammeh. And unfortunately, the statement attributed to the ambassador was unprovoked aggression towards the UDP. In fact, I would say it was an unprovoked aggression and hatred towards the UDP, a political party that actually contributed massively in the democratic overthrow of dictatorship that actually lasted for 22 years. And Fatoumatta Jahumpa Ceesay, while the majority of Gambians were being tortured, were being castrated, were being forced into exile, were being maimed, Fatoumatta Jahumpa Ceesay sided with the dictator until when President Jammeh, was booted out democratically and then sent into exile in Equatorial Guinea. I mean, this is the kind of political opportunism we have in the Gambia. With due respect, Fatoumatta Jahumpa Ceesay belongs to a new brand of politicians in the Gambia who survive through political patronage, because their survival depends on the government. And then when Jammeh overthrew the PPP, she saw alliance, to APRC. And then, when I was a journalist, he was the press secretary. I was working at the information department at the time, and then went on coverage at the State House, and then met her in her office a couple of times. And from there, things he became. Well, from press secretary, he became nominated member of National Assembly, and eventually Speaker of the House of Parliament. When Jammeh was overthrown, not overthrown militarily, but through democratic means, Fatoumatta Jahumpa Ceesay, like I said, survived under dictatorship. And when Jammeh is gone, look at what happened. I mean, initially, she was an advocate against the constitutionally established the RRC. They were among the aggrieved APRC members. They were calling on witnesses not to appear before that commission. And of course, she's able to maneuver her way, became an alliance to the NPP, and they made it to diplomatic mission. But her statement is quite uncalled for, is undiplomatic of a diplomat. And of course, if Barrow is serious about implementing the anti-insult law that was enacted by Parliament, Fatoumatta Jahumpa Ceesay should be recalled.